Hello everyone, hope you've joined okay. Welcome to a webinar about the endorsed degree, a brand new degree program based in the UK. I'm just going to see who's joining. 1 second. Okay, so hopefully we can begin now. Okay, so as I said, my name is Dan Wills. I'm an associate partner at the endorsed degree. We are just launching, as of September 2019, an exciting new sports-based program, which we believe will offer a great amount of potential for new students looking to extend their studies in the UK. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin the presentation. Okay, so first of all, what is the endorsed degree? Okay, so this is unlike other programs you'll be offered normally within universities. Okay, so we've got a dual focus based on, first of all, a world-leading university degree education delivered by Plymouth University and associated with some satellite colleges. But what makes it really unique is that we're offering professional soccer coaching to as part of an academy aimed at maximising the soccer potential of any young students wishing to join. So really, this is a degree program for anyone who is an aspiring young player who wants to have both a sporting and ideally academic career. Okay, so it could be, that you're someone who's been released from a professional academy. It could be that you just want to, go as far as you can in the game, be it professional, semi-professional level. It's completely open. This really is about bringing in anybody who is motivated, enthusiastic, and passionate about soccer as well as their career. Okay, so this has come as part of the Endorsed Academy. The Endorsed Group is actually a larger conglomerate of businesses, which is built across finance, recruitment, and technology companies. Okay, all established when driven to establish world-class brands and to innovate and improve the world of service and technology. Okay, as part of this, the Endorsed Academy has been developed by the founder of the Endorsed Group. He's from the local area, wants to bring something back. Heavily motivated by football, invested in football, is looking now to build the Endorsed Academy. And already we've utilised that to teach hundreds of kids already using the latest technology and a shared philosophy to maximise the potential of every single player who has joined the academy in the last few years. As part of the degree, so that the large part of this will be focused on soccer coaching. Okay, so I'll come on to the structure of the degree later, but basically how we've structured it is that in the mornings you will have your studies, but in the afternoons you will complete your soccer coaching. Okay, now you will receive at least 16 hours of professional state-of-the-art coaching per week from UEFA licensed coaches, okay, at highly modern and innovative leading facilities based here in Cornwall. Okay, so even if you were to play for a semi-professional club and work full-time, you would only ever receive 2, 3, 4 hours of training per week as well as game time. So this is an incredible opportunity for young players to receive the level of training you'd only normally get within a professional club. And that's something we've mirrored from pro clubs. So often they'll train in the mornings, they have the afternoons off. Due to the studies, we've done it the way around with the morning studies and afternoon coaching, but you'll be getting that every day from top UEFA coaches who've already worked and played alongside top players already within the professional game, as I'll come to later. Okay, and the entire soccer coaching is built on the fly football philosophy. Okay, this is an attacking, adventurous form of soccer. Okay, that is behind everything we do. So similar to the Barcelona, where they have their own youth setup and everything inside of that is built around a philosophy. We've done the same thing with the Endorsed Academy, and this has allowed us to create a set of objectives basically for every session, for every week of your coaching. It goes together towards an overarching coaching plan, very similar to the way the modules of a university degree go together to make up your degree. So you know exactly what you're working on, what you're developing, and what progress you've made from not just a week-to-week basis, but from a session-to-session basis. Okay. In terms of the accommodation, so as part of our degree program, we will provide full accommodation. It's not to be sourced by the students themselves. Our aim is to make the degree program as easy as possible for the students. Okay? And for that reason, we've covered this. Unlike other programs, this won't be just in halls or like a shared dormitory or something like this. Each student will share a house with 2 or 3 other students based on this program. So you'll be living with other football players, okay? And these will be, actual houses that will be provided to you, and included in this will be bi-weekly cleaning service. So again, you can focus on your football and your studies, not having to worry about the outside life. Okay, and it's based in Cornwall, which is, as I've said here, is #1 tourist destination in the UK. The picture in the background for this slide just gives one example of the type of scenery you can expect. There's beaches everywhere, including where I'm sat right now. We're never more than 2, 3, or 5 minutes from the beach. Incredibly safe, beautiful part of the country. There's very little crime. There's nothing to worry about. It's the perfect place really to focus on your soccer and your studies without any concerns for either yourself or any parents about sending you to a new country. Okay, it's incredibly, it's one of the best places you could possibly live, with beaches on par with anywhere else in the world. Okay, and in terms of transport links, short flight from London, train links from London, very easy for you to reach, and the same for your parents too. Within the Endorsed Academy, so we've been very lucky so far to secure some very high-profile coaches. Okay, just 3 of them I've mentioned here. So we've got Sam Schulberg, who leads our academy, youngest ever first-team coach in the history of the top 4 professional leagues in England. Also worked as an assistant manager, aged just 23 for Yeovil Town. When you bear in mind that most coaches don't start till their mid to late 30s, assistant managers you don't usually get that job till in your late 40s. It shows his incredible maturity and the focus he's put on coaching. He was a high potential goalkeeper, but wanted to focus on coaching, and that's allowed him already at his young age to work alongside and play alongside some of the best players in the Premier League and the rest of the leagues in England, and also to get first-hand coaching experience from first-team level at professional clubs all the way down to youth coaches. Okay. Second of all, we have Callum Elliott. So again, a UEFA B licensed coach. He's a former professional striker, scored more than 50 goals at the top level, the Premier League level in Scotland. And most famously, as I said here, back in 2006, scored the winning goal in the semi-finals of the European Under-19 Championships to take Scotland to the final. Okay, so as well as the coaching programs, runs dedicated striker clinics to give specialist coaching advice to students. A third mention here, Matt James, coordinator of the Endorsed Academy, heavily involved in the youth side. So he's worked with ages 6 up to 16, and we'll now extend that to the 18 to 21. Already taken through hundreds of promising young football players, soccer players through the academy, including my own son, so I can testament to his own abilities. In terms of playing, so there's 3 dedicated partner clubs to play for on a Saturday and midweek evenings. Mousel AFC, our leading partner club, as you can see pictures in the background. Also 2 other clubs in the local area, varying levels of the footballing pyramid, so to match you to the ability level you have. So it's not just the very elite players you get to play for clubs. There's different levels within there, and plus also Truro and Penwith College, as part of Penwith University, are creating a Bucks League team which will compete against other universities across the country, normally on a Wednesday afternoon. The degree itself, okay, so we are offering 2 different programs. First of all, business enterprise and leadership. Second of all, applied sport and health science. This is awarded by Plymouth University, which is one of the top 3% of universities in the world. As you can see from the stats there, more reassuring for your parents as well as for yourself. 82% of graduates enter into employment or further education within 6 months of finishing their studies. Okay, at an average first-year salary, if based in the UK, of over £24,000. So you see an immediate return on the investment that you have made. Campus itself, studies take place at one of the satellite sites for Plymouth University, either Truro or Plymouth College. We're based here for two reasons. First of all, it's closer to the football teams and to the facilities. Second of all, it allows us to offer a more flexible entry program for students onto the degree program. Okay, so as I said here, so the first option, okay, I mentioned earlier, is the business enterprise and leadership. So how we structured the degree is you will first of all complete a 2-year foundation degree, okay, before completing a 1-year top-up, which then gives you the full degree, which in this case is the business enterprise and leadership. For this one, there's only one route into this in the foundation level. That's the foundation degree in business, a fairly straight linear approach. And including this, we get topics covered like strategic management and leadership, digital marketing in there, globalization, international management, basically set up to give you all the skills you need to have a successful business career, be that your own business or by joining another organization. Okay, so yeah, it really gives you all the tools that you needed to make that step on the business side if you don't choose to pursue a footballing career. Second course, really targeted at the more the ones of guys and girls who want to stay within sports. They're absolutely determined this is their direction. So you can work towards a BSc Applied Health and Sports Science. This is the 1-year top-up. Prior to this is the 3 foundation degree options. You can see at the bottom: exercise, health and fitness, health and nutrition, sports and sports coaching. So all targeted around sports, all giving you a quite flexible way of working prior to completing the 1-year top-up. Okay, these courses are the same for this one and the business. They're slightly more vocational than your traditional studies. Okay, and this is what allows us to have a flexible working environment where you have just your mornings to study, your afternoons to complete your sports coaching, your football coaching. Okay. Also included in the degrees, as well as the theoretical side, is mentoring from highly successful business leader Ezra Chapman. He's built and run and sold more than 5 multi-million-pound businesses. Okay. And he'll be there to give mentoring on business skills, or on simple things like how to write a CV, how to interview, right the way through to how to run a business, what you need to do to create a business plan, and what you need to do to really be successful in the business world. We're also lucky to have Jean-Pierre de Villiers, who is a mind coach, okay, highly successful sporting background. He's there to get your mindset right, incredibly important in the sporting and business world. He's there to maximize your potential and to keep your motivation high as you progress through your studies. As I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons for the setup with the 2-year foundation with 1-year top-up is this opens up the courses to a lot more students. Quite often, international students coming to a university will have to complete like a 1-year foundation degree prior to completing their studies, which leads to a 4-year course for them. The way we've done it, means it's maximum of 3 years. Okay, and the entry requirements, as you can see, these are for UK students. So I think your colleagues will help you with the individual requirements for each country. Okay, but these are a lot lower than your normal, or so slightly lower than your normal degree requirements. And business studies, for example, is one of the most highly sought after and most competitive degree options to get into within the UK. By going this way, you get yourself the business degree from Plymouth University, whilst also getting the football or soccer coaching. So hopefully opening up to a wider variety of students. As you can see there as well, they do have access for students who not quite meet the academic criteria. If you have particularly impressive soccer abilities, if you've got a strong background in this area, but you're not quite there academically, we can support that for 1 or 2 students. Okay, obviously on an individual basis, that will be discussed individually with one of our student counsellors. The application process itself. So we provide specialist student support counsellors and consultants to help with the application process to make it as simple as possible. We also work alongside your education agent for that. Okay, and also important to know is that the college or the university, they require a certain language of English language. Quite often this is required to be certified. We can support that either with online learning, okay, and also as part of soccer camps where we provide maybe 3 or 6 weeks of soccer coaching, normally in the summertime, for use of daytime coaching, but with evening classes to improve your English, leading to a TEFL course or an English language course certification. So fees and what is included. So the fee per year is 31,500. Okay, but as I say, this includes not only your tuition fees, but also the accommodation, the application process management, 16 hours of professional coaching per week from UEFA licensed coaches. Money can't even buy you that in the UK. Okay, you can only get that in a professional football academy when you've been selected. You'd also get your full training kit, all made by Nike. We are our partner club, Nike, an endorsed club, a partner club for Nike. Okay, you also receive personalized strength and conditioning and nutrition programs from a specialist coach who has previously worked at Benfica in Portugal and also Newcastle United in the Premier League in the UK. As mentioned earlier, you also have the market leading business mentorship, and we'll also provide you with a student support counsellor when at the college to make sure that your academic life is as smooth as possible. Okay, and that gives you a short overview of the endorsed degree on what we have to offer here. Okay, and now I'd like to open this up. I'm sure you've got some questions, and to open up to my colleagues to see what questions we have from you. Okay. So do we have any questions at all? Let's just wait and see if there's any questions coming through. Just the first question we've got is, if they won't become sportsmen, what are the options? Okay, so first of all, I mean, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, the endorsed group. Okay, so large conglomerates Hello, can you hear me again now? I think you should still be able to hear me. So basically, if you don't become a sportsman, that's why the academic courses are there, to give you the opportunity to develop. So business studies gives you the chance to develop within the business world, as I said, either to set up your own business or to join a business organization, much in the way as you would with any business studies course. Okay, the mentorship from the likes of Ezra gives you, an even better foundation than you get, gets you really hands-on, usable experience rather than just the theoretical. Okay, that's something which gives you an added experience over and above the average student. Okay, and also because this is a slightly different degree program, and what can also be offered because of the flexible nature is that you get the chance to have work experience, either working for the endorsed academy on the business side, or part of the companies in the endorsed group. So either in financial services, you've got recruitment, IT recruitment companies, technology recruitment companies, a technology platform as well. As well as you can even come and work with the likes of myself from the business side in the endorsed degree. Much the same with the endorsed academy. If you're completing the health and sports science studies, you get the opportunity to supplement your learning by coaching either in local schools or within the academy, so coaching the younger children from the ages of, like I said earlier, 6 to 16. Okay, so this lets you develop yourself as a coach. These coaching skills can then be taken forward to either work again as part of the endorsed academy, that's the most direct link, or you can go and work for any sports club. Basically, you apply to work as a physio, as a nutritionist, as a coach. All of those options are open to you once you take these different degree options. Okay. Second question I've got is the possibility for scholarships. Now, completely honestly, it being our first year of this program, we've got an agreement with the local university and college that we can provide scholarships, but not at this point. So they want to see basically the students to come through. They will then, together with us, be providing scholarships, but this will be in year 2. At the moment, it's about building the program, okay, and then we can offer more scholarships in the following year. Okay, that will be based normally on your soccer abilities. Okay, can also be on the academic as well. Okay, it could be that, and when I mentioned about your soccer abilities, it may be that it's not just your ability to play soccer. It could be your ability to coach, or as a physio, or to work within the sports business as a whole. These are all options for you. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we've got Sam Schulberg, who's a coach with us, who was he was already playing professionally for Torquay in the league, in the football league, but decided he wanted to pursue his career as a coach, and so ended his football career at a young age to become a coach. Okay, so if you've got high potential in the same way as Sam had to be a top level coach and maybe academy director, then we can definitely support that as well. Okay, but as I say, scholarships are to come in year 2. Okay, any more questions from anybody? So normally, yeah, we cover. So I've got a question that came through. So which is, does the fee include health insurance? Yep, that's something we'd look to include is health insurance for students. Obviously, you're taking on a sports career, okay? As well as the academics. So you'd be playing football 16 hours a week. I mean, you're going to want to safeguard yourself. So we do provide a level of health insurance as well. Okay, just the same as we do to employees in our partner club, Mousehole AFC. Okay, so this will be included within the tuition fee too. No, I mean at the moment, I mean in terms of the clubs, I mean as I should have mentioned as well as the Mausel team, we also have it's called the Mausel Seagirls and Mausel Ladies teams. So both a junior team and a senior ladies team. So male or female, men or women, absolutely fine either way. Makes no difference in terms of the studies. Okay, I think in terms of the number of ladies, we expect a smaller number. Okay, so your coaching program will be set up slightly differently. Okay, but certainly you'll still receive the 16 hours. And again, I mean, my daughter, she's 10 now, so not quite old enough to play in the senior team, but she plays for the Sea Girls team. Okay, so they're again already a highly successful youth and senior team to be part of, and you receive the same coaching. If you're happy to train alongside the men's team, that's an option. If you want to keep it separate, we also provide that option as well. So just to be clear, that question as well was whether the studies is only for boys, but no, absolutely not. Okay, I think we've got another question coming through. Just one moment. Okay, so the minimum age for applying to our academy is the next question. This is a higher education program. Okay, so this is for 18 plus, basically. Okay, so this means what would be completed for UK would be completing your college studies, so that's school level plus the 2 years of further education. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we need the equivalent of 2 A levels plus to have completed your school level with English and maths in the UK. I'm afraid in terms of the individual requirements for each country, students from each country, you have to deal with that on an individual basis. Okay, I won't be able to present for every single country in this presentation. Okay, but if you are interested to get more information about your specific country, then you can get in touch with either with your agent or with me directly. Okay, and we can provide some more information for you. But normally it's the equivalent of 2 A levels. Okay, so 2 college level studies plus GCSEs in the key subjects like English and mathematics. Okay, so that the basic one. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, do we have any more questions from anybody? Can I just give you a couple more minutes for any more questions? So the GPA is the question of an ask. So tell us more about the GPA scores. Okay. So first of all, I mean, Plymouth University, I think that's what you mean, just to be clear, is ranked within the top 3% of universities. So we need students who've got a good level of academic ability. Okay, as I said earlier, the actual usage or utilization of the satellite colleges at Penwith and Truro means that we can bring this to slightly lower. There's no real requirement based on GPA for taking this on. Okay, we'd look for for grade point average, we'd look for someone ideally A to C grade in the UK. That would be the main expectation. If it's lower than that, as I said, we can definitely accommodate everyone. It's just a case of doing it on an individual basis. Okay. All right, but thank you very much for your time. Okay, I think it's enough. We've run out of time now, but I appreciate your joining the webinar. If you have any questions whatsoever, let myself or my colleagues let know. Okay, I'm happy to help you and look forward to hearing from you in the future. Okay, take care and have a good day. All right, thanks very much. Goodbye.